Zoro, Sanji, prepare for battle, says Luffy. Right, Captain. So Luffy is standing in front of the Golden Mary as two fishermen stick their head out the water. You're approaching the territory of Arlong. State your business. As Zoro, Sanji jump in the water, as they blitz towards the fishermen, as they beat the hell out of them in the water, as they jump back out with the bodies on the ship. Good. Let's proceed on. As Yoko sails the boat towards Erlong's island. As they get to the gate, as Erlong is having a good old time, just talking to his boys and shit. As you hear a huge explosion that destroys the gates, um, where the water meets land. As Erlong is like, who the hell? As Nami jumps off, he's like, oh, Nami, welcome back. I guess you brought some guests along. Don't really appreciate them destroying my gate. So were your friends. Erlong, I came here to stand on business. You don't really have to know about them. Oh, shit. So you came here to stand on business. What business? Oh, yeah, I forgot. You got the 100 million berries? That's exactly what I'm talking about. As Nami throws the berries to Erlong, as he catches it, whoa, it's 100 million. Now I could pay this debt off, he says in his head, and can continue extorting Days Blue with no repercussions. So, you have a couple of suckers that came with you, huh? Suckers, says Sanji under his breath. As Erlong didn't hear him say that. As yeah, you could say they're suckers, says Nami. Trying to play along and, see exactly what Erlong's about. Says so y'all want to be part of the Erlong Pirates since y'all helped my Nami here? As Luffy begins to giggle and laugh. Man, I ain't gonna lie, Nami. The performance is kind of weak. And she's like, what you mean? I'll take it from here. As she goes red. You got it all wrong, Erlong. Tell you the truth, I just wanted to see who's gonna hold up on your part. What you mean? I didn't say anything that gave away I was waiting or nothing. I'll go against my word. That's bullshit. I can read your whole emotions. You must not know who you're talking to. Matter of fact, let me move my hat up a bit so you can really get a good look at my face. So Luffy takes off his hat and ties it around his neck as Erlong looks at him and realizes, whoa, wait a minute. That scar on his face with the shaggy long hair. Ain't no way he's here. Oh, so you know who I am. I'm assuming your friends do as well, looking on the look on your faces. As Erlong is like, shit. Now, I'm gonna beat you into a pulp, says Luffy. As Luffy kicks Erlong, sending him flying through the other wall. And he looks at Zoro as him and Zoro make an agreement just by just looking at each other. As Zoro takes on the other henchmen. As Luffy continues to walk. As Sanji, protects the people, making sure no harm happens to them. So Luffy walks up to Erlong. So, what a fisherman like you doing bullying people in the East Blue? What's your beef? My beef? Are you crazy? Someone like you already knows what's going on. Why are you acting so... Shut up! I didn't act all that. As he punches him in his face. So, you decide to take your rage out on innocent people. How weak and pathetic you are. I get it. You and your race and humans don't get along very well. I understand. But why not take it on the people that put you in this position? Why take it out on people that can't fight back when you was in the same position. You and the fishman. Like, what is your goal? Like, it's so dumb. When you go after the people that put you here, as Erlon begins to swing at Luffy, as Luffy's dodging and avoiding every attack that he does. As Luffy puts up one finger and stops Erlon dead in his tracks. As he's like, so you still don't want to talk then? As he gut punches Erlon, sending him back with a whole bunch of saliva comes out of his mouth. He didn't answer my question. Why do you pick on weak people? As Luffy gets in the stance of a what do you call it, a punk kid, so he's kneeling down and looking Erlon dead in his face. As Erlon is like, I came to the East Blue because I knew it was be too easy. As Erlon is shocked that Luffy took the words out of his mouth. You know, this is my sweet home. The East Blue is where I was born. And for me to sleep on something like this is terrible. On my part. I should have took you out a long, long time ago. Says Luffy. As Luffy grabs him by his hand and begins to swing him around, throwing him into the Erlon Tower. With sheer force, like the tower top half split off. As everyone is shocked. As Luffy jumps up to the top floor and lands on the ground. Ooh, so this is where you had Nami. Wow, look at all the maps that you had this poor girl go through. I couldn't imagine being small and being forced to do this all my life. As Luffy walks up to her, as he grabs his hands, as he begins to break one by one, as Erlon screams in horror. As Luffy says, oh, relax, I can heal. As he heals them again. Just for him to break them again. Making Erlon cry and beg for mercy. No, you ain't getting no mercy. I'm pretty sure Nami begged for mercy, but you didn't let her have it. You robbed her of her childhood, you bastard. You know? You will get eviscerated. As Luffy throws him up in the air, as he begins to charge energy through his hands, as he jumps up and yells, Supreme Soaring Bite Strike! As he hits Erlon with a devastating blow, breaking every bone in his body, in the process singeing his skin. As Erlon hits the ground, dead on sight. As Luffy lands right next to him. Well, that was a lot easier than I thought it would be. As Sanji and Zoro already took down the other fishermen pirates. Some of them fled for their lives and got away. But the main ones got eviscerated. As everybody in Nami's village began to cheer and roar in excitement that the tyrant has been defeated. Whoa, who the hell are these kids? They're so powerful, says Nami Godfather. Yeah, I think I know the one with the straw hat, says Nojiko. His name is Monkey D. Luffy. He's one of the strongest pirates in the New World, but what is somebody like him doing here? He was on a great pirate crew with Shanks. As everyone is like, wait, Shanks the Yonko? Yeah, and him and his brother Ace were a part of it as well. What is a monster like him doing here? As Luffy teleports right next to Nojiko and puts his arms on her. I'm not a monster. I'm quite nice. As she's shocked. As you're Nami older sister, right? She talks about you a lot. She's like, yeah. She's a little nervous to be, so close to Luffy. Don't worry, I don't bite. As he, moves his arms around her. As he walks up to Nami's stepfather. And you must be Genzo. Am I correct? Yeah. Nice meeting you. My name is Monkey D. Luffy. Like your daughter said, I am a pirate. But I'm not one of those decrest pirates. I don't enjoy the pleasure of destroying and taking over people's homes. As Genzo's like, I see, you got rid of one of his biggest problems. I did. But yeah, I just want to talk to you because Nami's gonna be a part of my crew. I need her. What? You just beat Arlong so you can restore her as well? No, like I said, I'm not like that. That piece of shit needs to have been gone a long time ago. As Luffy kneels down in front of Genzo, as everyone is shocked, I knew he was a problem, and I should have got rid of him. A formulator of mine named Jinbei told me about him, but I was too busy in my own bullshit to come here and help. I apologize to everyone on this island. The East Blue was underneath my protection, and I let everyone down here. As everyone is shocked, Kid, how old you was then back then? What you knew about this? I was only 15, so you wasn't as mature as I am now. As Jinzo puts his hands on his shoulder, stand up. It doesn't fit you. I can tell you're a good kid. As Luffy stands up, as Luffy puts his hat back on. Well, you can't get mad at a 15-year-old for taking care of big boy problems. As everyone laughs. As Luffy scratches his head, I'm sorry. It is what it is. You can't change what happened. But now we can move on forward. As Luffy says, right. As everyone, claps and cheers as they pick up Luffy, as they begin throwing him up in the air, as they proceed to have the biggest party ever. Ever. Even Luffy put in the party by putting his gold to help them out. As Nami is like freaking shocked that Luffy can just materialize gold out of nowhere. As Nojiko and Jinzo asked a very important question. What the hell fruit did that kid eat? As Zoro walks by them, my captain, he ate the Sun Wukong devil fruit. As they look at Zoro like, are you serious? You mean the ancient Chinese legend? Yeah, that's his devil fruit. As Zoro begins to drink more. Yeah, you already told me to tell people that he trusts the most. So don't go around spreading that out. Got it? As they nod, as they just completely shocked that that boy has that Del fruit and his name is Monkey D. Luffy. How fitting, As Donzo, I said Donzo, Genzo, sorry, Genzo is like, well, I might as well go party too. So they all party and going crazy. As we cut around 12 at night. So everyone is still partying and doing all that, fun shit. They're going to party until like 3 in the morning. Nah, to 6 in the morning, to the next day. Um, so Luffy begins to take a walk, need a little detox real quick. He takes a walk and around the island. As he senses somebody following him. He's like, you might as well come out. There's no point in sneaking up on me. As someone wrapped their arms around him and they say, guess who is it? Let me guess. I smell sweet, sweet tangerines. My guess is no. And she's like, you know me very well, huh? Yeah. As Luffy turns around, as she still like has her arms around him, as they're like face to face. So, what do you want, Nami? As Nami, she's still eating her tangerine. She grabs Luffy's face and she kisses him as they begin to make out. As Luffy takes the tangerine from her mouth and begins to eat it, and he says, "Sweet." As let's say Nami and Luffy they had a great time on the beach. As Luffy really put the eggplant in her, as Nami's like, oh my god, I can't even walk normal no more. Jeez, can you help me? As Luffy kind of scratches his head because he did put it on her. You know what I'm saying? And he helps her walk. So they get back to the village as Nojiko, everyone is cleaning up the mess that they did that night for the party. Cleaning up the aftermath of the party. As Nojiko gets a smile on her face. So what was y'all two up to? We didn't see y'all throughout the whole party. As Luffy kind of looks at Nojiko, like, stop blowing up our spot. Two lovebirds. You better take care of my little sister. You hear me? As Luffy nods, as Nami's like, Nojiko, stop. Eh, it's all right. I get it. Says Luffy. So let's say a few hours go by. They get their shit packed up, and they begin to head out, and they set sail as Nami, still robs them and takes their wallets. But that's their baby, so they don't care. It is what it is. So, not to bore y'all. Luffy still goes to Orange Town, finds out about Luffy and things. I mean, I said Luffy, King of the Pirates and things like that. But there's no Buggy, so therefore he won't be in a situation. And now Vita got sent off to the horizon. So yeah, we're just gonna go over Orange Town and get straight into Whiskey Peak. But before we get to Whiskey Peak, we cut to Dragon and Smoker. As Smoker says to Dragon, that kid is not gonna make it far. That kid is my son, says Dragon. Is that so? Well, you can consider him dead. You know what's past the Grand Line. The great bounty hunter. Kim Possible. She's gonna eat your boy alive. Little do you know, my boy is quite the monster. I only stopped you because you just be an annoyance. Even though he could deal with you himself. But I just felt like intervening. Y'all Marine scum. So you did it out of petty then. Out of pettiness. Precise. So we cut back to um Luffy. So Luffy's just, in front of Mary, just, chilling, having a good time. As Luffy asks Nami, so what's the next island? Oh, it's Whiskey Peak. Got it. Looking forward to it. As let's say a few hours go by. So they finally get to Whiskey Peak. As Luffy gets up and he sees there's a whole bunch of people partying and gathering and saying, welcome pirates! Off rip, Luffy figures something's up with this island. So sorry for that, guys. He scans the island, things like that. As Luffy sits up and is like, yeah.